Hello, welcome to Dog Jeansaints. Provides easy to understand, funny academic knowledge. If you want to read the article, you can click on the link below. Canine post-surgical care. I believe that many of you have reasons for taking your dog for surgery, such as surgery to neuter, surgery to remove something the dog swallowed, or surgery to treat various diseases. After surgery, how do you take care of the dog? When do you give them food and water? And how do you take care of the wound from the surgery? Some of you know, but some of you don't, so don't guess. I recommend that you read this article so that you will know and understand more. The content is as follows. 1. Taking your dog home after surgery. Sometimes death occurs on the way home due to a folded neck. You should never let your dog sleep with his head down after surgery, because the windpipe in the neck is compressed, causing difficulty breathing. However, some dogs like to sleep with their heads down, tongues hanging out, drooling, with a folded neck, legs pointing up, or even sitting sleeping. When your dog starts to regain consciousness, but is still dizzy and unsteady, it is important that you keep a close eye on him, because the dizziness in the first 6-24 hours can make it more likely that a dog that tries to stand up will hit its head on the ground or fall from a height, but they will definitely not float up. 2. What are the important things for dogs that have been deprived of water and food for a long time? After you have fasted and deprived yourself of food and water, you will feel hungry, right? Dogs are just like you. They are thirsty. Once you know this from the fact that the dog is recovering from anesthesia, you can give the dog a small drink of water. After 2 to 3 hours, you can start giving them liquid food to eat so that their digestive tract can adjust. If they are still unconscious, you should not try to give them food or water because there is a risk of choking and it entering their trachea. 3. Another issue you need to consider. When the veterinarian stitches the wound to make the wound collide, the body normally repairs itself by creating tissue to close the wound. Therefore, after the surgery is complete, there must be a wound, and it is something that you and the dog must be careful about. Therefore, the dog must wear an anti-lick collar. If the dog's wound is bitten, licked, or sleeps in a wet area, there is a chance that it will become infected and be dangerous. Therefore, the initial surgery may not be useful. If the wound is really infected, what needs to be done is a new surgery to repair it. However, it depends on how much the wound is infected. 4. What do you think you should be careful about? The answer is wound care, because during the first day or two, the veterinarian will make an appointment for you to have your dog's wound treated at an animal clinic or hospital. After that, you may have to keep an eye on the wound to see if it is inflamed, swollen, or red, and you may also check the general condition to see if there is any fluid leaking from the wound dressing, such as blood or pus. Don't forget to imagine it when you read this, because it may cause your dog to have a fever and a high temperature. 5. Giving medication to your four-legged friend after surgery. First, your vet will give your dog an injection, but after that, the dog will need to be on antibiotics for about 7 days to control the infection. The dog will also be given anti-inflammatory and pain medications. If you can't give the dog medication for any reason, such as the dog refusing to take it, spitting it out, or biting your hand, the next thing to do is to make an appointment with your vet early to get the injection. There are some antibiotics that can last until the stitches are removed. 6. Can the dog take a bath after the stitches are removed? If possible, avoid it. If your dog is very dirty and needs to be bathed, you should only bathe the dirty areas and use a dry shampoo. After your dog's surgery, you should never let the dog sleep with his head down after surgery when you go home. There is a chance that your dog will die. When your dog regains consciousness and tries to stand up, he may fall from a height, hit his head on the floor, or walk unsteadily. It is important that the dog receive antibiotics to control the infection. There are also medications to reduce inflammation and pain. However, you should monitor your dog closely. If you like my content, don't forget to follow and share. Thank you.